Hi, it's Ian Thompson of IT Turning Point here. Today we're in Microsoft Excel, and someone asked me recently on importing a Word document into Excel and not having to spend a lot of time tidying it up once it was in. And some of these can be very easy and some of these can be very difficult. It really depends on how your Word document is laid out. In this occasion, what I've got is a Word document that is laid out using tabs to create columns on the page. So there are tab stops on the ruler, and it's laid out to create 3 or 4 columns. What you do then with the Word document is you then save the Word document as just a .text. And that's the type of document we're looking for. We're not looking for Word.doc or .docx. We're looking for .text. So what I've got here is I've got Microsoft Excel open, and I've clicked in A2 just so that I can position where the content of the Word document goes. And rather than insert a Word document, we go to data on this occasion, and in here you can see get external data. Now I've saved this .text document to my desktop, so I'm going to go from text, and if I go to my desktop, I've got a document there called Days, Printers, Supplies, Furnitures and Cables, which are sort of the titles of the columns on that, and I'm going to click Import. Now what that does is I've pointed it now to the text document, and it launches the import wizard, which is a 3-step wizard. Delimited, I leave it ticked because basically it's delimited by using commas or tabs or semicolons or whatever in between the content. Well, I know that this document was a tab in between each of the columns, so I'm going to leave it as tabs, and I'm just going to click next on that. The next one, again, is a similar question. The screen's, and it's showing me, look, a preview down here of what the text document will actually look like in a spreadsheet. So we have days, printer supplies, furniture supplies, and cables. And I'm seeing that it's delimited by using a tab. So when someone's typed it out, they've typed something in, hit tab, typed something in, hit tab, and that's how it's actually been done. Obviously, if they'd used a semicolon in between the data, or if they'd used a comma, I can choose that on this particular screen. I'm going to leave it as tabs. I'm quite happy with the way that's looking so far, and I'm going to click next. The last one is I can choose the individual columns, and I can say what type of data is to go in them. So up here I can say it's to be general data, text data, date data, or so on. In this one, it's very difficult. It depends what your data is you're bringing in, but I would tend to just leave it as general data, and then once you get it into Microsoft Excel, you can then format the cells, format the content, format the data, put in your functions and formulas, and sum things up and get it all to work. So I'm going to leave it as general, and I'm going to click Finish. And the very last thing that gives me is this import box, which asks me where I want it to start. So I want it to be in the existing worksheet, and I want it to be starting there. So that'll be the top left corner of the data going in. I'm quite happy with that. I could choose somewhere else if I wanted over there. Or if I highlight that again, I can go back to there, and I'm back where I was. And if I click OK, there we go. It's put the data in straight from the text document. And if I show you the text document very briefly, I can open it up and bring it on. There it is. That's just the text document. You can see it's days, printers, supplies, furniture, and it's just plain text. But it's picked them up and it's put them in here. Now I can format these to my heart's content and make these all monetary values if that's what they are, which they are on this occasion. Pound sign, 2 decimal places. Widen columns to make them fit, and then I can obviously put a totals column in here if I wish. But basically all I was trying to show you here was how can you import stuff that's on a Word document into Excel, and the way you have to do it is make sure the Word document's laid out cleverly because it makes it much easier for you. And then save it as a text file and import it using the data tab so that you can bring it in as and when you need it. So I hope that's been helpful. That's Ian Thompson, IT Turning Point, importing a Word document as a text file into Microsoft Excel. Thanks for listening, and keep up with our videos as we have new ones coming soon and you see various tips and tricks.